Being a manifestor myself, and from having 2 manifestor children, I have a lot of experience when it comes to our energy type, what we need as children, the density of conditioning that we go through by society, by our parents, and by a lot of people who just simply don't understand what it really means to be a manifestor in this world. So the number one thing that you have to understand about your manifestor child, they need to be given freedom. They need to be given the freedom to explore, learn to navigate their lives with confidence, autonomy, and with your trust. I know it's hard to trust that your manifestor child knows what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they don't have any boundaries at all. It just means that with them, you have to have another level of trust. This is how we're going to learn how to trust ourselves, trust our initiating energy, trust our creative urges. This is super important because what usually happens to manifestor children is that they are heavily conditioned to work hard, that your creative urges, unless they make money, unless they bring some kind of concrete value to this person or to this group, it's not worth it, and you need to stop doing that. Do something that's going to be worth it. So we end up not following what is truly calling us. And what is truly calling us is what is going to bring us peace and joy. Peace is the manifestor's in alignment emotion. This is the core of a truly aligned manifestor, internal peace and happiness. If your manifestor tells you, I just want to draw and do some art classes because that's what's really calling me right now. This is something I'm really wanting to do. And you tell them, no, you can't do that because you're actually already signed up for this math intensive program or this program. This is going to actually help you go farther in life. So you got to leave the art for later. You are teaching them to not trust their creative urges, to not act on their creative urges. And this is another huge part of being a manifestor, acting on our creative urges, because these creative urges are connected to our higher purpose. For manifestors, we impact the world through our energy. And if our energy is out of alignment, we will not be fulfilling our purpose in the world, at least not as powerfully as we could if we were given the confidence to act on what's calling us internally. So we need that peace internally. We need that inner fulfillment, that inner happiness. You really got to learn to listen to your manifestor, trust your manifestor child in knowing exactly what is calling them. Encourage them to follow those urges, to follow that joy. You really don't have to worry too much about your manifestor and how they're going to turn out, especially if you are giving them the freedom, encouraging them to follow those creative urges, and empowering them to be their true authentic selves, no matter how too much or overwhelming it can be for you. Another big thing is you have to allow them to be as big as they want to be and as big as they are. Most manifestors have this greater than life energy. Little by little, if you start shutting them down, telling them to be quiet, lower your voice, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, you're doing too much, you need to tone it down. Slowly you start killing your manifestor's soul. This is the exact opposite of what they need. They need parents that are going to be there to encourage them to be themselves, to nurture their emotions, to nurture their sensitivities, to help them grow confident in their abilities and in following their intuition, to support them in any way that they need. If they need some help in the emotions department, gather all your resources and help them out as much as you can. Don't tell them to snap out of it. Everyone else is dealing with it just fine, so you can too. They're not like everybody else. They are only 9% of the population. What they're experiencing and going through is nothing like what most other kids go through. If you're not a manifestor parent, you probably won't ever 100% truly understand their energy. And that's okay. As long as you are there to empower, nurture, and support your manifestor 100%, that's what they need from you as a parent. The speaking and using their voice is huge for a manifestor. They use that connection to their throat center to speak their truth, to speak wisdom into the world, and to inform. Informing is their strategy, which means basically they are designed to just tell people what they're about to do before they do it. Like, for example, if I wanted some alone time when I was a child, something I would need to do is inform everybody. Hey, I really feel like being alone right now, so I'm probably going to be in my room all day. So don't worry, I just need some alone time to process some stuff. This informing helps us immensely because it allows everyone else to kind of give us our space to do what we need to do, not be interfering as much when we are trying to have this alone time. It's really all about efficiency. Informing what we need to inform in order to be able to do what we need to do. And your job as the parent is to listen and give them their space and try to understand what they're saying. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. Another thing is, don't push your manifestor child so much. Let them naturally unfold their own path. I know with generators, I have one myself, you kind of have to help them a lot more with unfolding their path, at least my generator. But with manifestors, you need to give them the space and freedom to let their own path unfold. The more you push them, the more you condition them to be like everybody else. They're just going to end up spending the rest of their life deconditioning from what they were taught. So help them out. Encourage them to make their own decisions. Encourage them to trust their gut, trust their intuition, and trust their urges, their creative urges, because this is what's guiding them. Encourage them to explore different opportunities as a child so they can really figure out what it is that they want to do. Your main job is to support them in any way you can, bringing to them resources. Manifestor children will also trigger you a lot. This is because their energetic aura is just designed this way. It's designed to have a very impactful effect on other people. As the parent, you will be triggered by a lot of what they do or say, or just from them being, because that's literally what their energy is designed to do. So try to be aware of that and understand that they're here to spiritually initiate people. They are here to activate people and to really get you to get back in alignment with your soul's path. So maybe a lot of these things that you're being triggered by are things maybe you didn't want to look at right now. You didn't want to face these things, but they're being brought up. And remember, they're being brought up because, hey, you got to manifest your child. So they are going to activate you into your most aligned path. So try to look at it as a blessing. Only a small amount of people have a manifestor child. Really try to learn from your manifestor. Hear what they're saying and learn from their wisdom. Let me know down below if any of these resonated with your relationship with your manifestor child.